Section 2 of Stories for God's Little Ones by Father John Koenig. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Therese. Christmas Looking. There it was, an old skinny building with its shoulders against the shoulders of other old buildings. There it was that Johnny lived with his mother and father and younger sister Sharon. Up the long flight of stairs we climb, up to the 4th floor, to the door marked 44. Now, of course, it wouldn't be at all polite to just walk right in, but we're not really walking, we're only visiting in our thoughts. So through the door in our thoughts we go. Not much to see, just some plain furniture, not even as good as some of the old furniture Mother has in the basement. Yet everything is clean and in apple pie order. Bouncing into the room comes Johnny, pushing his arm through his coat. His mother and Sharon are waiting. It is the week before Christmas, and all three are going Christmas looking. Not Christmas shopping, mind you. Christmas looking. How do I know? Well, just listen to Johnny's mother. Remember now, we're only going looking. No getting at all, Mommy? No getting at all, Johnny. But to take away some of the sadness, she added, maybe next Christmas. So you see, Johnny's family was poor. That explains why their coats look 3 winters too old, maybe even 4. But you don't need any money to go Christmas looking. All you need is a pair of good eyes. And God had blessed Johnny with these. Up the escalator Johnny rode with his mother and sister. You don't need money for that. Just 2 strong legs. And God had blessed Johnny with these. Toyland was on the 5th floor, and boys and girls all shapes and sizes had found it. In the middle of Toyland sat Santa Claus himself. His head was bent and his ears alert as hundreds of wishes poured in. It was now a doll from an excited little miss, now a bike from a little gent, now a toy truck, now a painting set, and a game and a music box, and on went the wishes. And Santa kept nodding his merry white head. But let's not lose Johnny in the busy buzzing crowd. There he is over by the electric trains. His eyes are fastened on the locomotive. Through the tunnel, across the river, up the hilly grade, then smoothly into the station it pulls the obedient freight cars. Johnny beams with joy. I can't say how many times he watched as the locomotive swept through the tunnel, across the river, up the hilly grade, then smoothly into the station. I can say, though, that once I heard him whisper, "Dear God, I'm glad you gave me these strong eyes. I certainly am." I guess Johnny would still be there if his mother hadn't caught his attention and said, "Come, Johnny, Sharon wants to hear the music boxes." The music box counter was a wonder of its own. Little misses and their mothers listened as one by one the music boxes played their happy songs. Sharon secretly wished some day she might have one all her own. Johnny secretly wished some day he might give her one. His mother secretly wished a brighter Christmas might come soon. But this Christmas Sharon and Johnny and Mother just listened. To Sharon and Johnny this was a treat. Toyland was full of things to see and sounds to hear, and Johnny missed very few of them. After Toyland came the escalator. Johnny and Sharon and their mother glided from the top of the store to the bottom, and from the bottom to the top, and started all over again. It was on the second ride up that I overheard Johnny say, "Dear God, I'm glad you gave me these strong legs. How could I bounce around without them?" It was on the way out of the store that our 3 Christmas lookers stopped at the counter selling Christmas cribs. There were cribs all sizes, with figures all sizes. Johnny knew all the figures very well. Many times his mother had told him and Sharon the Christmas story. As he studied the infant Jesus, he thought of the first Christmas and said, "Little Lord Jesus, you didn't have fancy clothes either." And looking at the stone manger, he said, "Your bed was harder than mine." And as he looked at the floor by the manger, "I wish I could have given you my throw rug." Then to his mother he said, "The little Lord Jesus was kind of poor, wasn't he?" "Yes, Johnny," answered his mother, "but only on the outside. Inside he was rich beyond telling. It was this he came to share." Johnny listened intently, and his mother continued, "His was the biggest love that ever lived on earth." Johnny didn't understand all of that, but it made him feel happy and warm deep within. The 3 Christmas lookers climbed the long flights of stairs in the old skinny building. They opened door 44. They were home again. As Johnny slipped his arm from his coat, he said, "Even just looking is fun." But as it turned out, it wasn't just looking. Johnny had been looking, but he'd been praying too, and God was pleased with Johnny's quick prayers. And so it was that Johnny came home with something added, more of God's love in his innocent heart. His mother had said, "No getting it all, Johnny." She was speaking only of toys. But there's more than toys in this world, of course, even for a person visiting Toyland. And so it turned out that Johnny went not just looking, but getting too, getting more of a precious gift for his soul from God. And I hope you will agree, that's worth more than all the toys in Toyland. End of Christmas Looking.